Hey everyone, thank you for listening to another episode of Spoiler Force Podcast. You can find more episodes on any major podcasting platform such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and even on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure to follow and like Spoiler Force Podcast on Facebook.
What's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men. Listen, I have a podcast studio. I do multiple podcasts. I listen to Kevin Smith's podcast. Those podcasts don't matter. The only podcast that matters, Spoiler Force Podcast. They record in Michigan, my friends. And if that's not an indication of how awesome this podcast is, my man Ricky Veng, the host, he's Asian. So that's all you need to know. I love the Spoiler Force Podcast. Listen to it, subscribe to it, like it, download every episode, and then do all that all over again because I love Ricky and I love the Spoiler Force Podcast. This is Ming Chen. I love you, Ricky. I love Spoiler Force Podcast. Listen to it, everybody.
So this is episode 76 of Spoiler Force Podcast. My name is Ricky, and thank you for tuning in. So this is another live episode for this month. Actually, the last episode for November. I'll be taking a break next week for the holiday. But before we get into all of that, I want to introduce my guest here. He is a comedian, sketch artist, comedian, content creator, videographer. So let me just introduce him. Let me bring in James Lee.
What is up,
right.
man? What's up?
Thank you for doing this, man. I know you were like pretty busy too at the moment, just moving stuff around and all that. So I didn't mean to like rush you or anything.
No, it's cool, man. I mean, things just started happening, you know. Yeah.
So when did you start doing all that? Just the entrepreneurship and all that?
Actually, I've always done that, you know. This is the type of field I'm in, you know. I'm always doing this, so. Like just recently, I'm like, you know what? Let me take it to the next step. Let me start doing my own thing. And it just happened, you know.
Yeah. And you decided to do like printing, right?
Yeah, more like more on the customization side, you know, everything custom, everything, you know, just full color, everything you want done. Like I said, to simple it down. Kind of like things remember, you know, if anyone remembers things remember, you know, just engraving and print.
Yeah, that's actually I've only been there for like maybe once or twice for Christmas. I got my dad a knife there, like a pocket knife, and then I got my mom some like snow globe or something like that.
Yeah, I think the last time I've been there was like maybe 6-7 years ago. I can't remember either.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't it feel long though? I mean, with this pandemic, everything feels like it's so much further away than it is.
Yeah, everything does, man.
Yeah, this year's been quite the year. I mean, like I'm still surprised that it's already near the end of November. Next weekend's already Thanksgiving, and then, you know, December comes in and bam, 2020 within a year. But then I mean, how have you been though? I know you have kids and all that too, so with the pandemic, how's that been going for you?
Man, you know what, it sucks, I'm not gonna lie, man. Everyone's gonna tell you, you know, they love spending all that time with the kids and everything, which is great. I mean, it's true, it is, but like, you know, there's a point where it's just like, man, can they go to school, man? Can they go back to school? Yeah, I mean, I see them all the time. So,
were your kids going to school? Like, I know there was like one time where they were letting kids come back to school, and then it's a homeschool thing again.
Yeah, no, they went back for like probably like a week or two, and then, you know, something happened. I guess somebody called it, and, you know, back back to full virtual. You know.
Yeah, and I want to let guests know too. You are from Michigan too, right?
Yeah. I am.
Yeah, see, that's what I like about having guests from the same state, because I don't know. For me, it's always been weird to not see content creators in Michigan. Like I know in the Hmong community, there's tons of rappers and musicians and stuff like that, but to see the content that you've made, which is like the sketches and
Oh yeah.
all the videography and all that, that was something that drew my attention. What got you started with that, man? Because I know your channel, you started your channel earlier this year, right?
Yeah, I actually started right when the pandemic started. So if this never happened, honestly, I probably would have never started. You know, I think when the pandemic happened, that's when TikTok started, getting up there. So that my kids they were into TikTok. So that I did I did go to school for like arts and craft and video. I did video. I do graphic design things like that. So when I seen that they were on TikTok, that just brought back something to me. And I'm like, you know what? Let me try this. Not TikTok. At first, I didn't like TikTok. I didn't. So, but then I was like, I'm gonna jump on YouTube, start a YouTube just for fun, and yeah, I've just been trying to keep it consistent. Yeah.
How long you been doing like graphic design? Because I know, just again, like I said about your videos, that's what really drew my attention. The quality of the video. You had really good editing skills,
Oh,
and
thanks, man.
I thought, at least I thought it looked really great. I can't do something like that.
Yeah.
I know you used a pretty good camera too.
Actually, I use a basic camera. I just use a Canon M50. Like that's pretty. I think that's like the start for people who wants to like for people who want to vlog. That's like a starter camera.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but then
I know none of that stuff.
yeah, but then I just throw my own like settings and touch up on it. So yeah, but I've been doing graphic design for like I think over 10 years now.
Oh damn.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Did you do like, I guess, advertisements and all that stuff too, like designs for all that?
yeah, design and print. I just came back from a like a shop that handles large format prints, like for the Detroit Lions, Red Wings, and things like that.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I was terrible at graphic design. I took this class in high school, and I mean, it's Photoshop and like basic Adobe Photoshop and all that stuff, and um, but I was terrible at it. I could not do it. I think I was too focused on playing like was it like Halo online
Oh yeah.
at school.
Yeah.
I was too busy playing games. I wasn't really paying attention to like the designs and stuff. But I give people a lot of credit for that. Man, graphic design right now has been a top thing for artists for sure. Like in the past couple years now, I know for a fact that like in comic books and all that, like that's how they're getting attention now. Just drawing, doing digital art, and then getting their stuff printed, like Boss Logic, so a big one. Seeing his artwork, and he's even gotten actors to get certain roles because of his designs and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But you know what too? Like I enjoy your content too. I think you're underrated for what you're at right now, man. Close to 500, man.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that, man. But yeah, I'm almost there. So if anyone who's listening, help subscribe to both our channels. The links should be in the description. But yeah, I honestly, podcasting for me was just something that I wanted to do. I guess like everyone else during this pandemic, we wanted to find out something that we were good at, or try to do something different. I mean, I was already podcasting before the pandemic hit, but then like with this pandemic, I've been able to put more effort into doing my podcast this year. So I think finding a lot of content creators like yourself, and meeting other podcasters, especially Hmong podcasters, like it's been great this year, for at least for me. I know this year sucks for a lot of people, and with all the bad shit that's going on, I'm just trying to find like the better side of things and stay positive for sure. But for you, man, how did you get, like, why comedy? Did you try to do anything else besides comedy sketches?
Um. No, actually, I just like I think about like what I do every day. So I'm every day when I'm always on YouTube, and I'm always looking at the same content creators. I'm looking at RDC World. I'm looking at Long Beach Griffey. I'm looking at Daquan Wiltshire.
Dude, that guy's so good.
Yeah, Kev on stage. like I'm always looking at these people. I'm like, you know what? I feel like that's the only thing I watch, or like, so why don't I try? And I'm not at that level, but I would love to be. Like they're like I look up to them. I do.
Same for me. That's how it was for the podcast. Like you mentioned Kev on stage. I as much as he brags about meeting Will Smith, I brag about how I met
Yeah.
Kev on stage. I do
Yeah.
that. For the listeners, I actually have a selfie with Kev on stage. I went
Oh
to one
yeah,
of
yeah.
his.
I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I met him. I got to meet him before he blew up. Pretty much, like he was on the verge of blowing up before where he's at now. He was doing comedy at a church in downtown Detroit somewhere. I forgot where that church was, but it was a really big church. But it was funny because black church. I didn't. You follow Gary Owen, how he talks about like how they like to interact with the host or the
Yeah.
pastor and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went to the church there to watch the stand up, and man, it was almost exactly like that. It was a
Oh,
great time. It was really awkward for me at first because I went there and I was one of the very few people that really stood out because everyone in there, it's the black community in there. Maybe there's like one or two white kids in there. I'm the only Asian person in there, so I'm just like, whoa, okay. And then I had VIP sitting too, so I was in the front two rows
Man, that's cool, man. Yeah.
watching him do stand up. So it was great. Kev on stage is awesome, dude. Like him, you follow like Patrick Cloud and Tahir
Yeah.
Moore and
Yeah.
all those guys from All Death.
The whole crew. The whole crew.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys, man. All Deaf Digital has made that style of like vlogging and content creating. They changed the game big time with that. Have you thought about doing that too? I know like Kev on stage and a lot of those comedians, they do like the I don't want to say comparison videos, but they do like they do reactions to the video or like to memes and stuff. Have you thought about doing something like that?
I tried to. I had a couple videos like that, but then I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm that funny to that where I can like anyone's gonna think my opinion's funny or it's gonna matter. Like I can't really take the same kind of content they put side by side themselves. I don't think I could do the same thing. I'm not on that level, so no. Like I like my things more I guess scripted. So
Okay.
yeah, so I would love to do stand up. I think I'll be okay on stand up, but if it comes down to like the things they do where they critique someone or critique a video and try and make it funny, I think I'm gonna flop on that, man. Yeah.
I've seen some stand-up artists, like Ryan Davis as well.
Yeah,
And
he's
I don't
good
know.
too.
I can't see myself as a stand-up artist. Like I don't know if you heard the podcast I had with Mo Lowry, how he was doing stand-up comedy and stuff like that too. I don't know, man. Like, there's something about just going up on stage, and for music fans, it's a little bit different because I don't know. Like if I'm playing up on stage and singing with my guitar, I feel better than as if I'm like talking to the crowd because I think
Oh yeah.
I think what it is with like stand up is like you're seeing their reaction. They're gonna react to your punchlines, and if they don't react to it or they boo you off stage, and that's like real critique right there. I don't know if I could deal with that.
Yeah, that's why to me I feel like I probably could do that just because like I'm really good at just scripting out what I want to say. So I would have everything outlined out, So I never done it, but I feel like if I did, I might be okay. I'm not
Have
good.
you go? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I won't be good, but I'll be okay.
Have you thought about doing? I guess like going to Mark Ridley's in Royal Oak. I know they do like hostings or like stand up comedians or anyone who wants to try it out for like they give them like 3 to 5 minutes or something like that.
Oh no, never done that. Never thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're open. I mean, with Michigan's new law or whatever they did this past Wednesday, I think they're shut down again.
I know. You know what? You know what? Like blow like is getting on my nerves. I'm like, I'm trying to start this new business right now, and then we go on this lockdown. I'm like, damn, what the hell? Like good time, man.
A lot of small businesses are affected by this. You've seen on my Instagram, like I was doing taekwondo for like a good month and a half, and then when I decided to take a break because I threw out my back I think I overstretched or something like that, and I pulled the back muscle. I found out that someone at the dojan they caught COVID. So
What?
I haven't been going for like almost 3 weeks now, and it just right when I was getting into the swing of things, just being more physically active and sorting out my schedule, like the lockdown just ruined everything. So we're getting a second lockdown really sucks, and I feel bad for a lot of the small businesses, and like again with the comedy clubs and stuff like that here in Michigan. I know that they were trying really hard to open up their clubs again, and Kev on Stage was supposed to come to Michigan in like this past August.
Yeah, my brother bought tickets for those. I think we had VIP also, but he gave everybody a refund.
Yeah, I got my refund too.
Yeah.
I bought VIPs too. I had like a middle table somewhere in the front.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the Mark Ridley's comedy club. It's actually a lot smaller than the seating map is. So when you see like the tables at the stage, your knees are literally touching the stage. That's how close you are.
Damn.
So yeah, when I met Ryan Davis, I was sitting at one of the close tables like that, and he almost roasted me, but he held back. He looked at me, then he just like he looked away. I'm like, oh, you should have just said it, man. So when I met him like after they do their stand up, I went to Ryan Davis's table. I was like, yo, you were gonna say something to me. He goes, yeah, but I didn't want to say it because you were the only Asian I could see in there. So I said no.
Oh. You should have egged him on, like, give it to me.
Yeah, I know I should have, but that was like my first time seeing him in person. Seeing his videos from the start, from like how he started from, the side by side videos, just cropping stuff like that. Seeing him do that, and then seeing him do stand up like that, it really surprised me, because a lot of folks don't really like these YouTubers or social media presences trying to do stand up. There's like a big, I guess, difference or comparisons like that, because like clubs are trying to fill in the seats. That's all they really care about. So they try to they try to just bring in people that'll draw tickets, but then they forget about there's actually folks out there that are funny, and Ryan Davis was definitely that.
Yeah, like I do feel like a bunch of these social media people, they really are like people's favorites, but you overlook that because they're not stars and famous and whatever, because right now if you go to like if you came to me and you asked me who my favorite comedian is, it would be hard for me to say Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart or anyone like that, because I'm not online every day looking for their content. I'm online looking for, like I said, like I'll watch a playlist of RDC. I'll watch a playlist of Long Beach Griffy. Like I wouldn't even look up Kevin Hart comedy or anything like that. So I think a lot of people are like me, where your favorite are people you watch every day, but you just don't really see like that because they ain't really stars.
Yeah, but their style of comedy is, and like you said, like you're doing, they're more sketch comedy, really. I don't think Griffey would try to do stand up, but if he did, I'd like to see that too, though.
Yeah, I would.
But have you thought about that kind of content too, though? Like just going, I guess, crossing the lines, like how Griffey does.
I don't think I got the balls to do that, man. He's ready. He's ready to get canceled, but like he's like God when it comes to that. Like he can say whatever he want about gay people, about black people, white people. He can come after Asian people. Like ain't nothing happening to him.
Yeah, I mean, like he's very gutsy as a content creator, and I think that's what makes him stand out too, is because he's saying things that everyone practically wants to say but don't say it because we're so censored nowadays. Yeah. And I think that's a huge killer in the stand-up comedy too, just being censored and stuff like that. I saw Jamie Kennedy live earlier this year, and he said I forgot what his punchline was. He said something, and a lady in the crowd was like giving him shit for it, and he's like, "Ma'am, the sign's right there, comedy club. You're gonna hear shit you don't like."
Yeah.
So I think folks are. I think comedy is like the last thing that folks are going to hear real shit nowadays.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you remember when like we're talking about Griffey when he was like, I'm the first black slave owner. And then he looked
Oh,
at
that Obama video,
yeah, I was like, oh
dude,
shit.
that was ballsy as
Yeah.
hell.
When he said that, I'm like, oh my god, did he just say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's oh man,
Yeah.
like and then his Thanksgiving one, that one
Oh
was
my yeah.
like what? Just
Yeah.
I mean history with history being like that. I mean, it is true that that happened, but the way how he portrayed that video or the way how he acted out that video, man, he was just like he was just giving it to the fans, and then like the school shooting one, like
Oh
how
yeah.
he,
Yeah.
learning math from the tutor, and then he's like,
Yeah.
oh man, if anything, I'll
Yeah.
probably get canceled for talking about Griffey. But
No, but
yeah, that one, he dropped that video when that stuff was going on, and
I think
people were upset.
right after it happened, I think he did. Yeah.
Do you think that's the case though for people who's doing social media content, like just dropping content like that, just taking chances? What's your thoughts on that?
No, like right now, I think people are more sensitive and secure. So like I think everyone's more careful about what they say. So to me, like comedy now isn't what it used to be. Yeah. So if something dramatic happen and we do hear something funny about it, I think it's gonna be from older people, not the younger generation. Yeah.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on like just I guess using controversy then as clout? Clout chasing for that. No, I know that's kind of like the thing now to go viral. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if it works for you, I guess. I mean, like I, I mean, I'm annoyed by it, but if it if it works for you, I guess Mm.
All right, let's take a look at some of these comments here. Frederick Daly says, "You so funny, Jay, the funniest guy on
Oh
YouTube I
my
know."
gosh, this guy.
He says, "I'm your number one fan."
Hey, that's my brother-in-law, man. And
Okay.
he streams on Twitch. Go follow him, W Freddy.
All right, you heard
Yeah.
that, fans. Follow him on Twitch. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool that we got some people tuning into your content here.
Yeah.
Um, what are you planning to do now with the end of this year with your content? I know you haven't dropped anything recently, but
I'm yeah,
what are you
I'm
planning?
I'm dropping one next week Wednesday, and from this year to I mean from here to the end of the year, I'll probably just drop like two more video, and I really want to concentrate on like I guess real work. So I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work on my business, try to get that started. Yeah.
Is that difficult as right now? I know like you got to do like statistics and all that shit.
Yeah, I gotta do like like the real stuff. Uh,
Like the shit in math that you were supposed to
yeah,
learn.
yeah. I gotta learn about like business tax and all these other things I never knew I had to pay for. Like yeah, all these legal things too. So I'm trying to make this for real. So yeah, I'm gonna get like more of my attention to that.
That's cool, man. That's understandable too. I mean, uh, I think that's what it really comes down to, using these content, or not content creation, but like using these platforms to kind of elevate whatever entrepreneurship or like any business plans you have. Really, like when you look at, again, with All Def, Kev on Stage is my favorite example, man. He went from like doing stand-up comedies in churches to doing podcasting now, and then crowdfunding. That's a huge one right now. Everyone's trying to
Yeah,
do that. And then he's got his own business now, and it's an independent business, I think, so far. But he's going like crazy with what he's doing. So I hope the same for you too, man. Just hopefully people tune into your stuff. And have you considered crowdfunding at all?
I consider it, but then I'm like I think that's the last thing I want to do, just because like I feel like if I really needed help, I probably would. But right now, I think I'm comfortable to the point where I don't really need to do that. I'm not saying I'm rich, but I'm comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, crowdfunding is a big risk too. I've brought this topic up on my podcast several times, and I feel like, especially in our Hmong community, I think people aren't really ready for that kind of like, because it sounds like I'm asking you for money, and Hmong people hate that shit. It's either you're willing to give it to people or you're not.
Yeah.
But I think crowdfunding is a big thing that helps content creators for sure.
Yeah, and it's always like, so what am I getting back in return?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna give you money so you can make funny videos. I don't know.
I mean, you could do like an OnlyFans.
Yo, I watched your podcast with DC. Yo, when you guys were talking about that, man, that was funny as hell.
Yeah. Oh man, I can go on for days about that topic. But
Yeah.
if you haven't heard about that, me and DC talking about that topic for OnlyFans, check out the episode from last week.
Yeah, he looked uncomfortable talking about it, man. He's like, let's change the subject.
DC's a cool guy, man.
Yeah.
Like I think seeing his content from the start really helped motivate me too, because like he was just genuinely himself, and I think that's what a lot of people forget about making videos or whatever. It's like you can have all the best tech and all the best gear, but then if you don't have like anything that can be relatable to your audiences or your fans, they won't fuck with you.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And that, I mean, some of your videos are like that too. With the drinking with the Hmong folk, and
Yeah.
one of my favorites that you did was the Afraid of Heights, like where
Oh,
you're
yeah,
climbing
thanks,
the ladder.
man.
I really like that one. That one was pretty funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, man. You just gotta do what you like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't chase the likes, don't chase the follows. It's just like, if you like, I think last week when you was talking DC, how you said something about how you'll waste your weekend just editing. This is if you could do that and just enjoy it, then just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think I put so much effort into that is because I hate work. So like,
me too, man. Me too.
I hate working. So I put all my effort and passion into this podcasting stuff because I feel like I'm actually doing something I like. So when I go to work in the mornings, like doing first shift, I just drag the day.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, get me the fuck out of here. I want to go home and do my podcasting stuff. Oh, let's see. Ka Yang Lee, your significant other, she's commenting. Thank you for that.
God.
She's also a cosplayer too, so check her out. And she says she'll give you money to make funny videos. That's awesome.
All right. I'll take you on that.
Have you thought about, I guess, making videos with her too, like just the comedic videos and all that too? I know she does her own content too.
No. No, it's just we're totally different. So like, she would try to she's gonna jump in and try to take charge, so like we will bump heads. I don't think so. Yeah.
No power couple for content creating.
Nope.
All right, I think you're lagging a bit here.
We know where we stand.
Okay, that's perfect. Hold on. I just want to make sure your video gets back normal here. Yeah. So let's continue on here, man. Speaking of, yeah, you were lagging a bit, but I think it should be good. To continue on here, I know. Speaking about cosplaying, have you done anything like that? I mean, I can see your anime posters in the back. But have you done anything with cosplay at all?
I tried to in the past, but then I realized, you know what? I'll just stick to like prop making, just making the cosplay. I'll be like Dr. Frankenstein, and my wife would be Frankenstein. She'll just wear what I make, Yeah.
Okay.
Have you?
I'm not too big on cosplaying. I mean, I like it. But I have like this, I don't know, for me, I have this thing where it's just like, I feel like if you dress up, it's different from cosplaying. I think you have to really, for me, I see cosplaying as like, you got to build your own costume and do everything from scratch versus just buying a costume online and putting on a wig. But I mean, people have different looks on that. But for me, I think because following the I guess more of the top tier cosplayers like Yaya Han and Jessica Negri. Hold on,
Yeah.
can you still hear me, James?
Yeah, I can hear
Can you
you.
still hear? Okay, okay. Because on my end, the mix, your
I
video is
hear
kind
you.
of lagging, so I don't know if you're frozen or not. Okay, so
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, refresh your browser again, and then I'll pull you back in. All right, so folks, we're gonna wait for James to come back, and then but cosplaying is definitely something that folks should try doing. I think that's kind of like the new thing right now with folks being more creative with their costumes and trying to do more like makeup art and costume design. I think that's what makes it so great. I think that's why I liked it so much because it's something that I can't do. So, uh, but before James gets back on here, if you have any cosplayers that you guys follow or like, or if you are a cosplayer, drop your links in the comments. I'd like to see, your guys' craft and artwork and stuff like that too. And maybe we can collaborate or something like that too. But if you have any questions for myself or for James, if you're watching, drop the questions below too, so we can answer them on this live stream. But yeah, I'm just waiting for him to come back here. So, no. Also, if you guys like his what he has to say, and if you're interested in his videos, again, watch his content on YouTube. The links should be in the description below for the Facebook page. And give him a subscribe and follow his content. I really enjoy his stuff so far. I think it's pretty funny. It's relatable for sure. And you can also follow him on Instagram where he does most of his updates too. All right. So while I still wait for him, I guess I could talk a little bit more about myself as you're still watching. Comedy has been something that I've always enjoyed growing up because Bernie Mac was one of my favorite comedians growing up. Not so much his stand-up because I was a bit too young to watch him, but his show, the Bernie Mac show, was something that I really enjoyed watching. I really related to Jordan, the nephew in his show. Him being so goofy and nerdy, I really related to him on that, and then seeing how Bernie Mac had to react to that. And there was one episode that really stood out to me was when Jordan sneaks into the rated R movie, and Bernie Mac goes and tries to get his nephew out the theater or out of that theater room, and then they slip into a scene. They see a scene where there's titties in the movie, and Jordan sees it, and then Bernie Mac doesn't stop, and Bernie Mac sits down with him and watches the movie. So I thought that was really funny. That was one of the memorable episodes that I had, and then the other one was I think season 1 where Jordan learns to be a bully, and he learns it from Bernie Mac because Bernie keeps telling him to toughen up and be mean and try to be more assertive, and he ends up bullying his sisters and being I guess a bad kid, and so he goes and fights off the bullies that picked on him, and then he gets beaten by a girl after that. And I really like that episode because as a kid, for me, I was like that too, with being really goofy and nerdy like that, and not being mean growing up, and then being bullied as a child. I had to learn how to toughen up too, and having relatives that were like Bernie Mac, telling me to toughen up and go and fight back and be more aggressive. I thought I just really related to that episode of Bernie Mac. But I don't know. I think it'd be so weird too, though, nowadays if you see Bernie Mac's stand up in today's society. I as much as I love his stand up, I don't know how folks would. I don't know how folks would react to that. I if they could, they cancel Bernie Mac, but I mean, rest in peace to one of the greats. But I just think it's crazy how society has changed with how stand up is, and seeing someone do stand up like Bernie Mac, or even Eddie Murphy's old stand up. Like when you watch like Raw or Delirious, he was talking about topics that would not pass today. And I heard this on Joe Rogan's podcast, where I think it was Joe Rogan's podcast. I think his recent one he talked about with Dave Chappelle. I think like where he said Eddie Murphy quit stand up because everyone kept laughing at everything he said, and he didn't know what was funny anymore. I think that I never realized that he felt that way about his stand up. Like he wanted to know if he sucked or not, and everyone was just laughing at everything, whatever he could joke about, whatever, and people were just laughing at it. And so I think that's it's crazy that he stepped away because of that. And it's I really enjoyed Eddie Murphy's career going from stand up at such a young age. I think he was in his early 20s when he did stand up in New York, and I may be wrong, but anyone who's watching, correct me as well. I don't want to be spewing false facts here, but he was really young. Then he did SNL, and then he did acting, singing. He even did like an album as well. And then him and his brother Charlie Murphy, who's one of my favorites. I really wish, rest in peace to Charlie Murphy. I really wish had he not passed, I would have loved to hear Charlie Murphy on like podcasts and stuff. He's got a great talking or speaking voice for sure when it comes to telling his stories. I mean, the classics with him and Rick James and with Prince. Oh, give me 1 second here. I gotta send James the link here. But yeah, I think Charlie Murphy would have been perfect for all of that. It's just sad to see him, pass when he was still breaking through as a stand-up artist. But yeah, I really enjoy his craft, and I think hearing his stories was incredible. I mean, to this day, it's still very, very funny. I don't know if you guys have watched or listened to it, but hearing Rick James' full side of the story, where he talks about him and his experiences with Charlie Murphy. And I was at work listening to that, and I was dying because hearing Rick James had the story unedited or like unchopped from the Chappelle version. He was just talking about like how one of my favorite parts in the video is how he's talking about how him and Charlie Murphy would always go at it and punk each other around. And if you've seen the Chappelle skit where Rick James goes to Eddie Murphy's couch and like, fuck your couch, and gets the mud all over the couch. Rick James talks about his side, and he's like, I didn't just do it to just do it. They must have did something to me, or I did it for a reason. He just didn't do it. But then he ends up like with cocaine is a hell of a drug too. And Rick James is a savage in his stories. Like he, just randomly punch Charlie Murphy and slap him, and then Charlie Murphy would come back and try to slap him back and kick him. And he made fun of Charlie Murphy for taking karate and stuff like that. And he said that he couldn't fight. And that's why he took karate lessons. So
hey, I'm back, man. Sorry about that. I was having trouble with the link. I don't know what happened.
It's all right, man. Yeah, I was just spewing on about like Charlie Murphy and Rick James and Chappelle. But yeah, to pick back up what we were talking about cosplay. We're talking about like how, let's see, what was it? I was talking about how I feel like cosplaying is different from dressing up. Like I was.
Yeah, I can't really hear you at the moment.
No. Oh, okay. How about now?
Say that again.
Hear me? Can you still hear me?
No, you still. It sounds like you're just popping, like you're there's static in there.
Really? Oh shit.
Oh no! Oh, I hear it now. You're good now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. Man. I don't know what happened. I was clicking on a link. I don't know what happened.
It's probably just Wi-Fi connections and stuff like that. It's no big deal. But like I was saying, the cosplayers I follow, like Yaya Han and Jessica Nigri and Ivy Doomkitty, like they create all their stuff by hand versus like buying a costume on Amazon and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of feel some type of way about when cosplayers say that they're cosplayers, but they don't build on their own craft. So I give people a lot of credit. Like, you were talking about building crafts and building cost or parts or something like that. So I give people credit for that because I can't do that. I cannot build for shit.
Oh, I mean, I can't either. I'm not gonna lie, but I know how to make it look good.
Yeah. So have you been to any before the pandemic, have you been to any conventions at all? Have you cosplayed there, or you just helped out your wife with that?
No, we always went to Yomica. I think we went about like 4 straight years. Four.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
I've only been there like once, which my experience there was okay. It wasn't the greatest. Um, but I did this year. I don't know, for some reason for this year, I guess getting more into anime again. I was really excited for it, so I bought VIPs for it, and then the fucking pandemic happened.
Oh shit! Did you?
Yeah, I was pissed. I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait till next year for the tickets to roll over. And then I bought VIPs for what was it, for DreamCon, already seen their convention in Texas.
Did you buy it already?
Yeah, I bought those last year already, but they rolled it over to next year. I was supposed to go like in this past June. I was supposed to go. Griffey was lined up, Caleb C was lined up, King Vader was lined up. All these top tier content creators were lined up, and I was ready to go. And then the pandemic happened, and then I couldn't do anything about it. If you like podcasts like me and want to start your own, use Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout is a very effective and easy way to begin your podcasting journey. With easy-to-use tools, Buzzsprout can help you get your podcast to major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. You can view stats, create audio clips, and even have your own podcasting website. Buzzsprout has helped hundreds of thousands of people to begin their own podcasts like myself, and you can find ideas, tips, tricks, video tutorials to better your own podcast. Follow the link in the description to start your own podcast today. And once you sign up, you'll get a $20 Amazon gift card. This lets Buzzsprout know that I sent you, and this also helps support Spoiler Force Podcast. Happy podcasting. Do you struggle with eating junk food and late night snacking? Well, I've been using FNX Sports Rebalance Super Greens, and I've been able to control my eating habits, get my daily vitamins, fiber, and loose fat around my stomach area. The Rebalance Super Greens comes in multiple flavors and is easy to use by just mixing the supplement and water. You can drink this anytime during the day and feel energized without any groggy after effects. Use the code SPOILERFORCE, all one word, SPOILERFORCE, and get 15% off your very first order. So, I think you've mentioned that you went to Umicon for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Were you planning to go to any other conventions at all?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to go to the one in Ohio. I can't remember the name of it. It's at the water park. What is the water park?
I never heard of that one.
I forgot. I wanted to go to that one. Why can't I think of these cons? The one in Maryland. The big one, Katsucon. I want to go Katsucon.
Oh, I think that one just got canceled for 2021.
Yeah. No, I wanted to go there. I wanted to go to the one in Seattle. I can't think of these names, but I know that those are locations though.
Yeah, I do want to go to more anime conventions for sure. I've been to too many, or not too many, but I've been to more comic book conventions. They're practically the same thing, but I think I tend to save more money when I go to anime conventions versus comic book conventions.
Yeah. Hey, you mentioned how you grabbed VIP tickets too for Yomican. Did you say Yomican you bought VIP?
Yeah, this year I bought VIP tickets, and then I kind of saw it. Actually, I saw it coming because I bought the tickets like 2 months in advance, and then I was like, I don't know, maybe this pandemic's gonna stretch out, and then they were just holding out because they kept saying that it was the hotels and stuff like that, but I think they were really trying to make it work, and it wasn't happening.
Yeah, and then me and my wife, we learned early that VIP ain't really special, man. Like when we first went, we bought VIP. We was like, you know what, we're gonna get VIP. It's gonna be great. And then once we got VIP, it wasn't all that, you know.
You got like some special perks and shit. Like you got like
you get like in the front of the line, and like the very next year we realized, you know, they'll have like the same voice actors, and then we have VIP again. Like, you know, it's just was to us. It wasn't that special anymore with the VIP. It was more like seeing other cosplayers. So sometimes we don't even buy the badges. We just
You're
walk
just
around.
out in the front.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for next year, James? What do you have besides the business stuff? Do you plan to stick to making videos, or are you just gonna focus more on your business that you're doing?
Yeah. No. What? I wanna continue on with both. And I actually wanna transition like my videos into like more bigger things instead of just me talking to myself. If that pandemic stop, I do want to start like some type of crew. Like I really do enjoy RDC. RDC where I love their little clique. Everyone has their own role. Like RDC and like even like Just Kidding, the Just Kidding crews. Like I want to make a crew like that. Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of that
So
stuff, I always think of like All Def too. Like there's multiple
yeah,
content
yeah.
creators working on one brand, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean that's something I wish could happen. But I don't know. Again, back, I'm not blaming our community, but I would really like to see the Hmong community do something like that, man. I think that's the best way for us to grow as content creators, especially being Hmong. I think everyone's trying to do their own thing individually. But as you can see, like when you see, when the whole Asian YouTube gang was like booming, everyone was collaborating with each other, and then you
Yeah.
had, again with All Def and RDC, like everyone's just working together to build a big brand and to expand on that. So I think, especially being Hmong, I think that's something that I wish happened for our community. But hopefully whatever you have planned works, man. I think that'd be pretty cool to see like a Hmong squad like that doing comedy sketches or creating content like that. I mean, social media has given us a lot of tools. It just really depends on how we use it.
Yeah, and then what? Recently, at the beginning of this year, I finally just saw, like before I started YouTube, I finally saw Crazy Rich Asians, right? And that movie opened up my eyes even more. I'm like, damn, like things could happen, if everyone just did something together, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly I thought that movie was okay. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
liked it.
yeah, no,
The movement,
the
I
whole story,
understood that.
it was okay, but I just liked how it was it was just like us hanging out, everyone just like it'd be
Right.
like it's just like us hanging out, yeah. So that's what I enjoy about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like seeing recognizable faces in Crazy Rich Asians for sure. Jimmy O Yang is a big one. Constance Wu, who was the female lead. Even Kina Grannis, the singer, she was in there. I geeked out
Yeah.
more about her than anyone else in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope something like that is either in the works or happens soon. Just make sure, at least James, if you're still doing it, you should definitely jump on it before anyone else takes your idea.
Right. Yeah, and then with the business thing I'm doing too, I'll be making like I said, custom stuff too. So if you need merch, I'll hit me up.
For sure, man. I haven't really, I guess, thought about merch or anything like that yet, because I feel like, at least for me, my brand, I feel like I'm not even breaking the surface yet. I'm just somewhat getting noticed. And I try not to let this number game or these stats get to me too. But getting to 500 subscribers was definitely a huge milestone for myself. For the listeners or anyone who doesn't know yet, I was with another podcast group, so I helped that group get to 500, but that was like more of a team effort kind of thing. But me and one of my other my other boy, we did most of the work. But then doing Spoiler Force, this was 100% on my own. I had to learn everything. I had to learn about mics. I had to learn about using webcams and shit. Even investing in my laptop and my extra monitor and all this. So just stuff we should know already. I had to learn all this on my own, and to be able to get to 500 subscribers on my own was a big deal for me, because I never thought that I would have never thought that I'd get to even 100 subscribers. Really, my YouTube channel was filled with like concert videos and stuff like that. So people only subscribe to watch the concert videos. They weren't subscribing to my content.
Hey, I watch your old videos too. You know, like I do that kind of stuff. You know, I just watch where you came from, and yeah, man, you came up, man. Yeah, from your
I've had my channel since 8th grade, and
yeah. I saw when you were like backyard fighting or something like that.
oh, and those are the days. Like, I started my channel back in 8th grade. I tried to do like song covers, and I tried to do like I guess vlogs. I have one vlog on there. It's about what do white people eat. It was inspired by Dave Chappelle's one of his things that he talked about in his stand up. It was inspired by that. The vlog thing didn't really work out for me. I felt like I was kind of corny doing it. So I didn't do it. And that was like during the time where like David So was popping and Timothy Delgado was doing his vlogs. So I was really inspired by that. And then the backyard fighting. Oh man, that video, I think I was 16. My boy Sue, that guy can scrap. Like he was taking it easy on me when you watch that video. And like when I was doing that, I was just learning how to box. I was just learning how to even scrap really and fighting someone or doing backyard fights like that with someone who was already experienced. It was crazy, but he definitely held back on me. We sparred one time, like a couple of years ago. I caught up with him. He's married now. He's married. And he's got his own thing going. He's super successful now. Shout out to Sue if he ever watches this. But the last time I sparred with him, I was still nervous. But I got a few good hits in, but it wasn't. We didn't do anything heavy, man. It was just to kind of recapture that moment, being like 16, 17, just thinking that we were the shit. But I can't do that now. Like I think if I sparred now, I'm more afraid now than I was back then.
Yeah, I remember just watching that video. There was like, "Don't let him do it to you, Ricky." The guy recording you like, "Don't let him do that to you, Ricky."
Yeah, that was what the guy recording it or not recording. Yeah, the guy recording. I think his name was Ching. He was the first guy to ever put me in an armbar or like do jiu-jitsu on me. So that kid was really good. There was like one time where we had this, like we set up a match, and not even 10 seconds, he threw a Superman punch, and that was the first time I ever took a Superman punch to the face, and he hit my eye, and I think that's why like my right eye, or I think my right eye. I think it's like one of my eyes are more fucked up than the other ones because it was super clean. I was so focused. I was looking at his shoulder movements, and he just popped threw a Superman punch, and I ate that shit. And I was done. And that was the first and last time I ever took a Superman punch to the face. Since then, I've done that to someone before. I sparred with this guy that did Taekwondo too. I don't know if you watch Benson Henderson's fight, but Benson Henderson does this technique with Nate Diaz where he punches his thigh and then like comes up with the overhand right or overhand left. So I did that. I jabbed at his leg and I came up with the overhand right and I landed it. I was like, oh shit, it works. So I mean, I can talk about this stuff for days, just the whole boxing and sparring days and stuff like that. But when I look back at it now, I'm just like, I can't believe I did that shit.
So if COVID dies down again, are you going back to Taekwondo?
Yeah, I want to go back. I mean, it's more for health reasons and mental reasons, really. It's Taekwondo. I think I wanted to get back to just being rooted in more traditional arts. I mean, I love MMA and I love like the hardcore grindy stuff, but I think that kind of mentality for me is not healthy for me. So because like I get into this weird mode, right, where if I start doing like boxing or even like wrestling or MMA, any kind of training of that form, I get super macho about it. Like I start getting like super aggro about it. Like, oh, I'm about to go train, I'm about to go get the belt, that type of shit. I don't like that mindset anymore. I feel like I'm too old for that. It's kind of really immature when I think about it. So I think going back to traditional roots kind of just makes me more humble. I'm not really competing with anyone. I'm more just like learning the skills, learning the forms, and stuff like that. And plus, like Karate Kid definitely helped out too. Watching Cobra Kai, I think that really pushed. And then God of High School, with the main character being a Taekwondo artist too. I think that really just motivated me to kind of just go back to more traditional roots. And for those who are listening, Taekwondo was actually the first martial art I learned as a kid. And when I told Master Chung, my Taekwondo teacher, when I told him that I quit at a young age, and thinking about it now, like 20 years ago when I was doing it, and then if had I not quit, I probably could have been in the Olympics. But that's something that I'll never know.
Are you still catching up with Are you still caught up with God of High School?
No, I dropped it. I like the first.
Me too, man. I dropped it too. I'm like,
I watched the first season and then I just dropped it. I just like, yeah, it became too much. The moment Jin Mori became Sun Wukong, I was like, yeah, I'm done, man.
Yeah.
It was just too much.
It just got weird, man. I'm like, what the hell happened, man?
Like he became Sun Wukong, and then the other kid is the nine-tailed fox. I'm like, yeah, y'all just like grabbed every mythical creature and just threw them in this anime.
Right. Yeah.
But I think that's the hot thing though right now, man, with webtoons, especially Korean webtoons. I think they're trying to market that more because like there are some good ones. Like I keep forgetting what this series is called, but it's almost like a Street Fighter kind of themed webtoon or webcomic from Korea that's really hot, which I'm surprised they haven't even animated it yet. But that stuff's trying to catch. I think people are trying to catch on with that, and then with Jujutsu Kaisen, that's a pretty good one right now. The fight scenes are really good. I think folks want Chainsaw Man next. I think that one, the manga for that one's almost done. I only read the first 2 chapters, but I heard that one is really good too. So you into reading any of the manga and stuff like that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Are you into reading any of the manga and all that stuff, or are you just watching the anime?
No, right now I'm just watching anime. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just watching anime. I'm trying to catch up on Attack on Titan right now too. I think I'm at the part where Levi just went beast mode. I'm right there, and I'm just trying to hurry up and finish this before the season come out.
Oh, you mean like when he fights the Beast Titan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good scene. Yeah.
I just got right there, so I'm trying to hurry up and binge the whole thing before it all comes out.
Yeah, I'm so excited for season 4 for Attack on Titan. I don't know. Did you see the article? Like the voice actor for Eren, he legit cried reading the ending. Yeah. So
man, he is good, man. Like his voice acting.
Yeah, he's my favorite out of all these voice actors that are out there right now. Yuki Kaiji is my favorite.
Yeah, no, especially just the way that whole crew does it, like how they're all in the same room, they're reading line to line. Yeah, it's not like one person goes in, does their line, and then the next person goes in. No, they're all in the room, going one by one, making it all look real. Like I think they're one of the best, man. The technical.
They even like dress up and shit. Like the voice actress costume, she wears the scarf and shit. Like damn, like talk about getting into character, man. Like these people are really good. Yeah. And I like hearing them too, because like some of those actors are in like My Hero. So like the voice actor for Eren, he plays Todoroki, and then the voice actor for Armin, she plays Yao Yorozu, the creation girl.
Oh,
yeah. They're those actors, and it's funny because a lot of people are trying to. I guess the word is. I feel old, but like the word is like ship. They're trying to ship Todoroki and Yao Yorozu together, and then they're the voice actors for Eren and Armin. So that was pretty funny. You into My Hero? I see the shirt there. I'm wearing a Aizawa shirt too. If you can't see it.
Oh, are you? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I like My Hero, and then but I know a lot of people don't like My Hero also, but I like it.
It's one of my favorites. Are you? You should read the manga for that, man. Because last Sunday I did a reading of the latest chapter. Major spoilers, but I'm not gonna say what happened. But if anyone is interested, you can watch me read that latest chapter. And there was a big drop of a certain character, so it's a big spoiler.
Who's I know you've been teasing that. Who are you about to bring on the show, man? Your podcast.
Oh,
You think
that
you
from that
think,
video?
yeah,
Oh,
you teased it
yeah,
like last week or so, man.
yeah, a couple of days ago. Yeah. I can't say yet. It's not confirmed, but it's definitely a more. I guess it's someone from All Deaf. I can say that much.
Oh, okay, okay,
Someone
all
from
right.
All Deaf. I can say that. I don't want to say who just yet because I only spoke with a representative for that person. So I called her on the phone. We did like a conference call. Nothing's confirmed yet. I'm waiting for like an email response and stuff like that. So I don't want to get too into it. I told her that if I can get 30 minutes with this person, that's enough for me too. And the idea, or even the fact is like the fact that she even responded back to my email within 2 days, I was already like shook. So I told her that, I'm just starting. I've been podcasting for 2 years on my own. I do everything on my own, all that stuff. And I told her that if you can give me 30 minutes with that person, I'm willing to pay like, $100 or even maybe a little bit more if we can work something out. But yeah, I didn't want to make it sound like I was desperate either though. So, if they throw like a big rate at me for 30 minutes, I'm not going to do it either. But I'm trying to, hopefully I can work with this artist from All Deaf next year. And yeah, I'm excited for it, but I'm expecting the worst too. I'm such a big skeptic. So
I'm excited for you too, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Like you're underrated, man. You should be more than 500. You did like I watched your old content. Like I seen how you did you interviewed William Hung. You
yeah, that was
know, yeah, you did William Hung. You did Wendy. You interviewed like all these other people, man. You are like overlooked, man. 500 should be right there.
I think what it was because like when I started podcasting, it was strictly audio. Folks don't really catch on to that. It was strictly audio, and then just doing everything solo. I think that's what really made it tough too, because I was doing a lot of episodes. If you go to my early episodes, I was doing everything by myself, just talking about topics and just talking about anime, comic books I was reading, doing reviews and all that stuff. And it kind of just slowly transitioned to this, what I'm doing right now with having guests and stuff. And I actually surprise myself sometimes. I look at my episodes list and I'm like, damn, this year I got a lot of guests. I was not expecting this much guests for this year. I think this year so far I've only done like 2 solo episodes. And that was like back in February and March. But from then on, I've had guests pretty much almost every week. I took a break back in May, but like almost every week I had a guest, besides like on major holidays and stuff. And I mean I've had returning guests too, but I like that. I like catching up with people that I had on the podcast. I can say this, like I'm having Van Brooks coming back on the podcast too, so that one's gonna be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that, and that one will be like how StreamYard. I'll actually get to see his face on the podcast.
Yeah.
If people don't know, man, like the behind the scenes stuff, just recording everything through Skype or like through Facebook call. That's how I was doing it. It was simple stuff, but man, the effort to do that and the fact that guests were willing to do that too, I give them a lot of props for that. And same for you too, man. I know that you're giving me your time to do this too, so I thank you for that too, man. Any guests that I have on the podcast, I'm happy to have. Whether I told DC this, and whether you have 10, 100, or 1,000 subscribers, I don't care. You just come on the podcast and just talk. That's what it really is.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind, returning too, with better connection and everything,
Hopefully hopefully, but if this pandemic stuff blows over, man, we could just do it in person, man. I'm buying more gear, so
Yeah.
I am like December. I'm trying to buy something too for like better microphone, stuff like that. If anything, I just have to save up for a better camera because this webcam, it's only doing so much.
I mean that webcam ain't too bad for just for your podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm also saving up for like a desktop too. So I'm trying to do that. That way I can do more editing and more fancier shit because my laptop it can only do so much too.
Yeah, and then also if you need a backdrop too, man, hit me up, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll let
Yeah.
you know. If I need something for you from you, I'll definitely let you know, man. I've been trying to hit up like different Hmong artists and stuff that are into graphic design. It's kind of hard because like I'm really simplistic, but there's some of them just didn't get what I wanted. So I'm just like, I'll just do it myself. You can see like the background here for the podcast, man. They're just black and white board, like wood boards, just simple shit. But I don't know. It just maybe I wasn't describing it right. Some of these Hmong artists were like thinking very like detailed stuff. Like you want this, you want that. Like no, I don't. I want it simple.
Hey, less is more, just simple.
Yeah. So before we wrap things up here, James, I again, man, thank you for being on the podcast. Was there anything you like to shout out or stuff like that, or tag, or say any last words before you wrap up?
Yeah, you know what? If you're not subscribed yet, man, go check out my YouTube. You So Funny Jay. I haven't been. I stopped uploading for like the past 2 weeks, but I'm about to get back on it next year though. I'm gonna drop about like 2 or 3 more videos this year, and then next year I'm gonna grind it out. And also I'm not sure about my business name yet, but I'm coming out with a business where I'm gonna do a bunch of customized stuff. So if you need anything, just follow me on social media. You'll see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
All right, folks, you heard that there. Subscribe to James and also follow, like, share the Spoiler First podcast. Thank you guys for watching the live stream. Again, I apologize for any technical difficulties, but thank you for staying and watching as well. I will be editing the video and uploading the audio on any major podcasting platform as well. So if you guys can't watch it, you guys can still listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Amazon, anything or anywhere that you can listen to podcasts to. Most of my stuff should be there. But thank you guys for listening. Again, I want to remind you guys that next week is Thanksgiving, so I'll be taking a break. And then in December, I'll be having some more guests before the end of the year, and stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you, James, for bringing the podcast again. I can't wait to work with you again, and let's we should definitely meet in person sometime, dude.
Yeah, let's do that, man.
All right, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great day. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, and rate Spoiler Force Podcast. For comments, questions, or criticism, you can email me at rickyvang92@gmail.com or message me on Instagram at instagram.com/rickyvang92.